Hey folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play City Skylines After Dark, Poop Lake Edition. Why doesn't the city board come up with anything more modern farming? What's next? Horse and wagon? Come on! Farming is cool. Although, we do have a deficit of uneducated workers. Do we have too much education going on? Not really. Actually, we don't have enough elementary schools. We really need one here to get that kicked up a notch. We might want to put one down here, or other things over here, to improve services and make more people move in. Maybe without a school. They don't have a hospital. We are a little desperate on money. But let's go ahead and get them some healthcare over here. Actually, this area... Oh, there's a lot of healthcare missing. I know, I don't care for my people. Space is already occupied. Oh, right, by a crematorium, which I think we still need a few more of. But there we go. Let's get that going on. That will encourage more people to move in over there, giving us more population, giving us more workers. Still got to connect this up to the highway over here. I've got a plan for it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a massive tunnel. I'm going to take a 3-lane highway, just cut it off here, and then go underground, and then connect it up more or less directly to the avenue on both sides like that. Relatively spread apart. I think that's going to be fine. We don't need on-ramps and off-ramps. There's a train! All these underground tunnels are so expensive, but they're cool. A lot of demand for commercials. Anything I can just zone? Yeah, alright, let's just zone this. Because that'll just, hopefully, just be money. And that would be nice. A little bit more tax revenue. The commercial is making a lot of money for me right now because of our ordinances. Bit of a fire right over here. What is this that's on fire? Oh, Frank's Fine Fish Stick Factory. Goes great with custard. Okay, they're fine. Still lots of traffic over here. Love it. Can't wait to get this connected to my train system. Well, apparently I can a little bit because we have other emergencies to deal with from time to time. Power consumption is once again being a bit of a problem. I should probably, well... Maybe more incinerators. I mean, incinerators aren't the best source of money, but they're not bad. Again, I'm sort of... I don't know if the farming is... Yeah, it is sensitive to pollution. Or something. We're going to go ahead and drop a couple in here. Try to keep our incinerators up with the garbage, which is hard. It is hard. Plus, it gives us a little bit more power as they burn garbage and turn them into stars. Okay, well, City by Night. God, that is gorgeous. I gotta say, that is just lovely. It's not, this, City Skylines has never been the highest, most graphical game there is. And, you know, I think they did because of performance reasons. They have a small team, not a lot of artists. And I actually think that's part of the good part of the game. There's certain games that spend way too much effort on the visuals. And, you know, a lot of the budget goes there. It takes a lot of time to incorporate that into the game. And you actually end up losing out on features ever so slightly. And I think that we ended up with a better, stronger game as a result of having somewhat more minimalistic visuals. But, despite that, and despite some things not being great, other things are very, very lovely. I don't know, maybe it's just because I like cities, you know? Like, I like this. I think this is swell. Where am I? Oh yes, still theoretically saving up for the train, while also dealing with anything that comes up in the city. Alright, we can probably start working on that. So, let's go down a level, grab you, and I guess we should probably make it a little bit shorter if we can, by doing something rather like this. And we're just looking to connect you up there, and we do have enough money for it. Bam. Good. So now we can start running trains between these two spots. So A, that means, well, no out-of-town trains are going to come over here. That wouldn't make any sense. I doubt, well, it's possible that people will ship goods out of here to the rail. Maybe they go to different destinations, maybe the game, I don't know. Like, because it'll say exporting to a certain town, right? Maybe you can export to a certain town by train and another town by ship, in which case that might make a difference. But what I think is going to happen is we're going to see less traffic leaving here. Well, some of the empty trucks, there might be just as many in a sense, but cargo is going to get brought here, loaded on a train, and then shipped out there. But it could already ship it out. I guess this is mostly just for moving cargo within the city. It's a truck that would have gone from here to here, now can get on the train and go that way. So maybe it'll actually just add more traffic in front of this spot, but yeah, that's not the end of the world. Should I make this a one-way? Actually, not convinced it matters. Well, they'd use twice as many lanes, and they can do two... I think they can double up on the left turns there. I'm actually not sure. But at least anyone using a right-hand turn would be a little bit better. I think it makes sense to make this a one-way. Are you going the right way? No. I don't know why I went into that mode. Oh, it's because I was on underground mode. There we go. Sorry, and then the trucks are going to turn around again. Sorry about that, trucks. Most people, I think, are just going to get in this one lane and then turn that way. Because, oh yeah, it's not a double left. So they're not going to be able to have more left turns. But every now and again, it's going to clear up a bit more traffic over here. Meh. Well, I guess the thing that would increase it is if this were increased to a... Oh yeah, you can't one-way this one. Well, it doesn't need to be one-way if it's an avenue. If we just do this. No, because then it still does that. So what we actually want is to go to a 3-lane. Potentially a one-way 3-lane. Are you going to do... Okay, now you've got 2 left turning lanes. Wonderful. That's what I'm looking for, buddy. Bigger roads don't solve traffic problems all the time, but this will help a little bit. Mostly from the traffic turning a right and then make a left. The traffic making a left here and the left there will always be there, so it doesn't accelerate things that much. Now, a lot of these guys might be heading towards the highway, and therefore, one of the ways to improve this traffic might be something like this. Bam. Actually, that probably is going to be the thing that helps the most. I'm willing to bet a lot of these guys are actually heading out to the highway. There we go. Already. And some of them, there's probably a ton of backlog here, and a lot of them already have their routes programmed in. But yeah, that's going to make a huge difference. I should have just done that from the start. I don't need... I would have been fine with the 2-lane, I bet, with doing this. We're going to thin things out pretty dramatically. And actually, I wonder if I should do the other way too. So a lot of these trucks are probably coming to this. So with that in mind... This whole thing is starting to get a wee bit complicated. Can I fit you in? No. There's a limited amount of space. I'm going to go off this way just because it gives people more time to change lanes. I realize that it's resulting in a longer route. Well, it's still going to be considered shorter than other things, I think. We're going to lose some of our buildings. But there we go. There we go. So they'll do this, which will clear up this intersection. It doesn't cut off any traffic over here. But it gives people a better way to get to this train station. And then leave the train station. Some potential awkward lane changes, but not really. It's the traffic from here might be forced to the right a little sooner than they want. But overall, okay. And already, I think it's doing wonders for the traffic. Oh, that is so much better. It's a little deceptive because at night the traffic patterns do change. But yeah, there's so many people using this. And there's not much of a backlog here. And actually, the people leaving always have a really easy time getting on the highway. Unless there's a backlog here for some reason. But there's not right now because they're all leaving. Wonderful. Lots of demand. Lots of money. I would very much like to get another train station over here. Actually, question. Can I fit a train station right here, right now? No. I'd have to buy another tile. I think that's fine. It's not that expensive. And eventually we'll want all these tiles anyway. I don't know if I want it right on here, because the traffic... People are going to make a bunch of lefts from here into it, which we never, ever want to do. So what we're going to want to do instead is have some one-ways. Do I want to do the 3s? I don't think that's necessary. But yeah, just a little... It'd be nice... I still wish you could specify... You could turn off roads from having their... like, zonable areas? How do I want to do this? I guess just like this and like that. That's fine. And then from here, let me just build out this way. Grab that like that. Bulldoze that bit. And then invert this road. so it's facing the correct way. And then build that cargo station. We could also put a regular passenger station over here too. We have to make sure they're not on the same track network though. So you know what? I'll just do the cargo first. And I am not going to go underground on this one. We're going to save a few bucks. Nice straight shot all the way over there. And then go curvy bits. Like that. Huh. Oh! Made a giant tunnel to save curvage, but that's good. And then like this. Which is sufficient. Do I need a loop that goes any other way over here? No, I don't think so. Do you have a garbage problem over there? You do. I would like very much to build an incinerator right here. As soon as we get some cash. Which will happen pretty quickly. So we trim the mountain a little bit. We go through here. We go there. This is hooked up only in one direction. Do you have power? Nope. A little bit of a gap there, but I think it's going to be okay. Getting power to use is actually kind of annoying. Tell you what, this will grow, I'm certain, very quickly. And you'll transmit power. There. Lovely. Okay, is there another train connection anywhere? It's hard to see at night. I need lights on the train network. Alright, you're complaining about lack of workers, which we're okay with. One thing I can do, and I think this is going to be perfectly fine, is I can take whatever kind of road this is. I think you're just using this one. Go here. We're going to bridge over. Good tunnel. But I think the bridges are cheaper. Plus, I like bridges. Don't get me wrong. It's nice to keep things hidden out of the way. But I like the idea of having these guys have a connection over to the side of the city. Doesn't require tying up the highway too much. I think this is going to be fine. Yep, I like it. And I still want to develop this area. Oh, incinerator over here. Since we still need more garbage incineration. And clearly, if there was a garbage pickup delay here, that's a sign of something. Plus, it's a nice spot where the pollution shouldn't bother anybody. Since the water's already pretty polluted. There we go, shipping lots of cargo out, which is going to be really good for our industry. Make sure it keeps making lots and lots of money. Not to mention potentially bringing some cargo in from time to time for the commercial. Kind of odd to be doing both, but that's just the way it goes. I think it's just a speed thing, you know, things have demand. I really do want to build an airport soon. I think this will be a swell spot for an airport. So I got to figure out where I want my underground tunnel from here to hook up. And I think it'll be here. Now, I'm wondering if this should be upgraded beyond a 2-lane. But we could deal with that, you know, later on. So let's go ahead and develop this area, or like, lay out our plan, my plots and plans, not to be mistaken with pots and pans. Like this, like that, and yeah, it'll probably come down like this, and this is where the highway is going to hook up. So here's what we're doing: we're going to grab the highway, build tunnels. It's going to cost a lot of money. Come off like that. Go down right away. Go all the way over here. So this is where the highway is going to come out. And then, I'm going to start here and then we'll do the inverting thing. So somewhere like this. Go down right away. Too steep. What are you talking about? What? What? Huh? What are you talking about? Too steep. It's not even terrain over here. Let's try to rebuild this. Go out a little bit more. It's probably because of the existing interchange. They have some very funny behavior sometimes. And there we go. Something like this. Lots of space between them. Make sure they don't tie up each other's traffic in any appreciable manner. Actually might be good. Hoping I'm not overkilling it with this. But that's not too close in between. And do something like that. Give traffic a variety of different ways to leave through here. Oh, I have got to flip that highway around. Otherwise, this isn't quite going to work the way I want. There we go. And then go down. And like that. Right, and then the arrow, I can hardly see it in the dark, but indeed is leaving the city. So you can come in to over there, and you can leave over there this way. Now, there's not going to be a lot of traffic there right now because this area is not developed, but we're about to do that. In fact, what I'm going to do to start off with is grab, say, the pretty avenue here. There's starting to be quite a few little intersections nearby over there. Might have to do something about that. I don't know what yet. One extra. And like that. And I think a four-way there is fine. It's only going to be local traffic, so it's not going to be too bad. We'll leave some extra green space in there, which is going to be wonderful. We're going to use high-density residential. How much of it? I think from here down. Would still also be very nice to start getting some offices. Oops. I actually want you to be commercial. And then I think I'm going to put offices on the other side of this. I don't like how many intersections are nearby here. Especially if I'm thinking of continuing one. Probably shouldn't have done this one. Anyway, that being said, oh, there'd be a swell spot for offices in the middle of this bit. How do I want to connect that up? Actually go this way. And then here. And then like that. And let's put down some offices. Now, offices need a fair amount of education. And they're also quite noisy. But I think those will be far enough away. There we go. Something kind of like that. Now, we'll need some public transit and or schools or something to kickstart this area. In fact, this might be the ideal place to finally put down a university. What I'm going to do is... So which one? This is this one here, right? I'm going to continue this. Now, four ways are pretty bad. Is that a lot of money? Or no, we hit a steep slope. Oh, there's a cliff there. Yeah, we can't really build up here. Well, sort of can. I could tunnel as well. Huh. What do I want to do over there? Some of this. Yeah, there's going to be a limited ability to build over here. Now, what's nice about this one, it is right in between the two highway entrances. I suspect it'll see a lot of traffic. This is probably going to want to be upgraded. We might want to get rid of this intersection and move things. So let's assume we want to tunnel a wee bit. So we'll start there. Now, I can't tell. Like, is this going to be tunneled the whole way? I guess so. To around here? That's going to be underground? Yeah, and then I can have you come up to the surface. I think that's fine. This could have also been a highway that goes over here. Oh, what I like, the top of the ridge here is awesome. Just great. A big loop, come down here. I don't know what we're going to do with this yet, but it is excellent. Maybe we'll put the university up there. After all, it is an institute of higher learning. Yeah, I just said it. Deal with it. Put a university in here. And maybe high density some of this stuff up. I like it. We've got the big square in here. It's a perfect spot for it. Let's do it. We do not have a university yet. Certainly going to be more than enough demand. It's going to lead some upgrades real fast. So yeah, let's use this. When you're deleting zones, it works a lot better to use the marquee tool than the fill tool, because the fill tool doesn't always clear zones properly. It's not bad if it's purely square, but if there's any sort of offset corners, and I think it's because of like overlapping between two zones in like a weird and unexpected manner. So we'll replace these guys, and we'll probably want more services to really increase the wealth over here. In particular, I don't know what the park situation is like. What is this? Tourism and leisure. Oh yeah, we don't have any of that set up yet. Good God, there's so many new features in this game that I still haven't touched. Do we want the biggest possible park over here? Actually, over here would be a pretty good spot for it. Increase, that's a fair amount of land value. It looks like there's some dead bodies over here. I'm suspecting, yeah, we haven't built any crematoriums in a long time. So let's get one of those set up over there. We don't have any over here. We may not need it. Not as many people die at work as at home. They get sick there. Capacity is pretty high, but the number of deceased is getting up there. Let's go ahead and spread out a few more crematoriums, mostly just to get more on the road. Yeah, I got some going on. That's, or is that sick? Dead person. Oh, got picked up though. So not too shabby. Do not have enough water. Just barely enough. I'm gonna spread these out a bit so that we don't accidentally drain these pools. This is an actual built-in map though. They usually have pretty deep reservoirs. Although, as I say that, look, it's actually draining the water and losing some of it. So let's go ahead and do that. Run the connection to over there. You don't have any power? You don't have any power. Run this electricity. And at some point, this area will get developed. Oh, and you've got your water power. Okay. Nighttime haze. We will also need some more sewage soon. Let's start doing the proper sewage treatment plants. It'll be nice to replace everything with it at some point. So our ocean doesn't look so terrible. Although it always looks pretty bad. Power situation. Okay. It's time for us to build a proper power plant as well. Let's go over here by this industrial area. We're going to need to save up some money, but we'll build, I think, a nuclear power plant. Emits noise pollution. High water usage. I want nuclear power. It might not be, you know, I don't know if it's the most cost-effective or not. No clue. I want it, that's all. Alright, university. So what's our school stats looking like? University capacity is huge, much higher than demand, but that's probably because we don't have enough high schools. People are not being high school educated at an appreciable rate. Do we have a spot for a high school somewhere over here? Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put it on, say, this crossroad, because high schools, I don't think, generate that much traffic. This is a little far away from a lot of my residential areas, though. It might be worth building a second one. Well, we're actually below capacity, but again, it's because we haven't really built... We haven't built a school in so long that there's a backlog of people. We still need more power. Whatever, let's do it. Get more people in, get more tax dollars, which means buildings will upgrade, which means we'll need more power, which means we might get a little bit screwed. That's pretty good for the high school. Elementary school is pretty crap, too. There's no coverage over here. We need to get that going. Gotta keep the education chain going up. I suspect another over here would be very much called for as soon as we've got a little bit of cash. Boom. There we go. And we'll get some more housing upgrades as well. Plus, a smart population is a good work base. So how many people are taking these roads? Oh, quite a few. Good. Getting some real purpose out of these highways. And of course, they're just going to get busier as these sections get busier and busier. Now, this is mostly for people who are looking to leave town. That's one of the things. They cannot use this highway to get on the one that leads you into the rest of the city. Which is interesting. We need to do something about that. Because otherwise they're going to clog up, you know, my roads in ways that I don't really want. So we're going to take you off that way and see. Boom. There we are. Bit confusing because where it's coming from, but that's that over there. And likewise, people who want to return home should maybe pop off from here. Go down. I think they'll have to go down 2 levels to dodge that. It'd be nice if in this mode you could tell sort of what level things are on. So that works. And then we can just connect up here underground. And no one will be the wiser, but it gives people a way to get there. Hey, Gilbert! Hey, buddy, you want some attention? My poor kitty. I know I've been playing City Skylines all day. Well, don't worry, buddy. This is the last one of the day. At least for me. For people on YouTube, I don't know when the next episode will be. I'm going to try to get a whole bunch online the day of the embargo lift. So, in theory, you might have some more after this. I have no idea. Sorry if it's confusing. Very soon we'll go back to, like, 1 a day. But there's just going to be a sort of a big dump on the first day of the embargo lift, because I know there's a lot of people who are going to be eager, holy crap, to see all this stuff. Returning facility. Okay, listen, the train stuff is supposed to alleviate all this. Oops, what's this? Dire lack of water. Why are you not shipping goods over to here? Actually, you know what I just realized? Everyone's going to arrive directly through the train station because it's the shortest route. I gotta break this. Well, I didn't have to do this now, but if I don't, I'll probably forget. So what I want to do is have like the sort of natural, you know, swooping train going this way. And then I want to make like sort of a sharp, annoying corner like this, just to make it definitely longer to use this as a bypass. I'm hoping that the through traffic will just go that way. Cross my fingers. Now I could connect this up to here, but I don't think there's a point. I mean, they can go the other way now. At some point, we'll probably want another legit train station over there. Getting a passenger train station at some point is probably a good thing. But for now, we'll just do this. Do we have healthcare over here? Yes, we do. I want the stats. We only have 4 sick people? That's amazing. Deceased is down to 52. Very good. Fire hazard. Pretty bad over here. I might just want to build one big one. I think I do, actually. 60 grand? Oh, we'll get that very quickly. And put it right here on the major road. It'll be able to reach a lot of stuff very quickly. I think that's going to be excellent. Come on, 60. And it'll make the people here very happy. Boom! Look at that right away. Woohoo! That is, well, the blue means like the fire risk. So it's not necessarily the happiness, but it's still a pretty good sign. Looks like we could use some other coverage over here. Overall fire safety is not as high as it could be. Crime, how are we doing? Jail capacity. Oh, we have 50 detained criminals, and that's going up, but we don't actually have a proper prison to reform them. So at some point, the crime problem might actually start to be very significant because criminals aren't being reformed. They're kept a small time in the jail, and then they get released, and they're going to just continue doing criminal stuff. Whereas there's a chance that we can just reform them, and that is worth trying for. The other thing I want to do is extend. You can tell it's like my last video of the day. I want to just keep playing. But my voice needs a break. Just do that for now. That's going to be okay. And you are actually, are you this one? You're not, but you should be, because you're going to be a pretty major thoroughfare. Like that. Let's actually go ahead and upgrade you. Like so. Okay. We'll do that. gives an extra way to get there, and then ultimately this will connect up over here too and do that. But this will give us a whole other block to develop over here, which I'm really excited about. I think it's going to be a swell spot. It's not going to be too expensive. We got a lot of other services going on here. That'll be a decent amount of coverage. We're probably going to want more parks and things, continue to upgrade the status of our houses, but right now they are building up. I may have to get that mod again that lets you get in for extra information about buildings. I'm just concerned that that may conflict with After Dark. I'm not sure yet. I haven't tested all the mods yet. I like to mostly avoid mods, especially if I'm making videos. A, I like my game to be stable. B, I hate going around updating all these mods. And C, I hate having to like explain what all the mods are in the videos, because it's nice to just have people be able to sit down and enjoy the game, as opposed to being confused about like, hey, what the hell is this thing? What's this mod thing? And you're like, oh, sorry, it does this and this and this, and yes, it changes the gameplay in this way. On the other hand, one of the reasons that Cities Skylines is such a fantastic game is because of the mod support right out of the box. They did such a good job. The fact that you can mod the traffic, like, I don't know if you've seen one of my later, most recent vanilla Cities Skylines video, right? Before After Dark, I was showing off like Traffic Plus Plus, where you can click on an intersection and rewire where all the lanes go. So I can make this, for example, a right turn only lane or all kinds of things. It's brilliant, especially with highway design in particular, because when you have, what's a good example of that? Right over here, right? I was talking about that earlier. Is this, by all rights, should be a right turn only lane, and I should turn off the traffic lights completely. These guys here should not do that. They should instead be using this lane to go there, which they probably would if this lane ended a little closer to this. I would minimize some of the traffic, but it's not like there's a real traffic jam there. There's a bit more over here because there's so many intersections, and that would be an excellent reason to get rid of all the lights. One of the things, it is not really a good idea to have your, like, I have a neighborhood here and a neighborhood here, and we have a bridge to connect the two. That is good. What is bad, however, is having this bridge also be part of your interchange. It's much better to spread that out. In particular, I'm a big fan of having the interchanges just service one side of the highway whenever possible. And then having something like this. You see this interchange here stands alone. It's not part of, or this bridge stands alone. It's not part of any interchange. Some of these still see a lot of traffic. This is currently very quiet, but that's because there's nothing over here yet. Once we get everything over here yet, in particular some commercial districts, this is going to see a lot more use, but will never get completely bogged down because it's not also going to be a highway thing. With one caveat, it wouldn't be bad if it was an exit from the highway. It's just the entrance from the highway screws things up pretty dramatically. But, I don't know. Over here, see, this is really swell. This is good. This underground tunnel thing here, I think is going to be pretty strong for most of the game. I was going to say, there's a bit of traffic waiting, though. These are parked cars. Look at these, like, the hippie mobiles over here. Crazy. Love the European-style buildings. And at night, very nice. It sucks that one side isn't developed yet, because otherwise, here, if we go over here, that is just really nice. I also don't have the first-person mod installed right now. But this, that's great. Come on, that's lovely. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.